Yeah, hey.
At the rooster?
Gets us up in the crack of dawn. Hey, it's daylight savings time, and that messed me up last night. I don't know if anybody else noticed.
1 hour behind now, or 1 hour back, right?
No, I think it saved
because we got an extra hour.
It gave me that extra hour. I actually needed it. Yeah. I was knocked out. Well, no. And like
I did stay up a little bit late too.
So when I looked at the time, it was supposed to be 2, but it was 1 again. I said, "Oh, cool, that bet's off." I had a little extra time, and so it is daylight saving time, y'all. That means it's gonna get darker quickly. So just be safe out there, in case y'all don't know how to drive in the dark.
There's a lot of people.
I don't. No, I ain't gonna lie. I don't. That's not my forte.
Dark at 5 p.m.
Yeah, 5, and I hate it because I work 9 to 5. So like, I be just
already dark.
It's already dark, and you got then there's gonna be traffic on the freeway. I don't want to get into that. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. It's Saturday. Hey, welcome to the Grind Show. You know what I'm saying? It's episode 41. That means we are really almost done with season 2.
Thank God.
We got the season. The next one is the last one.
All right.
But this is an episode 41. Like I said, I am
got 2 more.
2 more. No, you don't. 1 more.
1 more. All right.
But this is an episode 41. Like I said, I am
got 2 more.
2 more. No, you don't.
Go ahead.
What was you pressing? Leave stuff alone.
It was a live. It was a live stream. It was a live stream.
Anyways,
getting that feedback.
Yeah, well, we got it. That's for sure. Yeah, I hate hearing my voice sometimes, actually. But anyways, I am half of the Grind Show. My name is T Tank. You should know, but if you don't, I'm gonna give myself a round of applause. Hey, my birthday is coming up though. That's funny, right?
That's Thursday birthday.
That's a lie. It was only one time. What do you all the time?
My last birthday went up too, man. I don't know how we do it, but somehow we managed to get together and then go up.
It's happened like once.
Remember my last?
Once for both of us.
Oh my God.
Anyways, to my right, my other half of this illustrious show is.
It's your boy AJ. What's good, y'all? St. John 33.
Turn it up.
I'm a good like Johnson.
All right. Like I said, it's episode 41, and today we have a very special guest, someone that I've known for about now, what is it, 12 years?
12 years.
12 years.
Hey, that's a long time.
Yeah, so someone who's, I guess you could say, been in the trenches with me at some point,
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
okay.
If you know, you know. This is I guess my link, my one to my right arm, the only one. The only one.
Yeah.
No, she is 6.
Oh, okay.
I was
respect.
I know. You said the one to my ones. I was like, oh, no, y'all aces.
The one to this one. Anyways, great person, man. Always been a great line sister of mine. Just doing her thing, and we gonna get into it. But just properly introducing the one and only Jorcyelin. And that's what I'm calling it.
That's good. That's okay. That's okay. That works.
I was waiting for the last name too.
No, I got it.
I was like, okay, I thought you was about to say the last name.
Just how do you pronounce your last name?
Ani.
Ani?
Ani, yeah.
Ani?
Real simple.
Not
Ani. With an A.
Not Connie. Ani.
There you go. 3 letters. A-N-I.
Jorcyelin Ani.
Where's that?
Nigerian, actually.
Oh, okay, nice. We got a lot of Nigerians.
We do.
It's the Nigerian, man.
We trying to take over just a little bit.
All right. Hey, y'all did, bro.
Start this off. I want to start off with a little song real quick. You know what I'm saying? Get us See
Some
this?
vibes going.
Yes.
I know you out there riding in the car.
It's Happy Sunday, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We coming. Okay.
Get your spirit up this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
You can't not feel good listening to it.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday.
Sun is shining.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to all the people in live.
Yeah.
Yes.
Feeling encouraged today, y'all. It's Sunday. If you're awake, still alive, in good health, you still got much to be grateful for out here.
Amen.
Amen.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah. All right. We can keep going all day. We got a show to do.
Shout
Like I
out to
said,
Tori.
Torian Wells.
Torian Wells.
That is,
Yeah.
I was
shout
about
out.
to say Tory Lanez.
I know you was. Hey, go ahead. Try it. Ooh, try it.
Free Tory.
I knew it.
Free Tory.
No.
That boy still in jail.
Hey.
That song right there. That's for Tory right there. He needed that song.
Somebody, Megan probably needed too.
All right. Everybody who's having hard times, that's
That's
for
real.
them.
That's for me too. I've been going through a hard time, like real hard.
Man,
so
be tough, bro.
it's tough out here.
Life is rough.
But yeah,
It's good though.
Yeah, for sure. Blessed and highly favored out here.
Amen.
Amen.
So we're gonna start this off just like we always start this off by asking you
Right.
a simple question. Who is Joss?
Ooh, where do I start? I could give a little background. First of all, born and raised in Oakland, California. Woo woo.
Okay.
East Oakland to be precise, because it's some dim parts. One, and the only girl of four. I have three older brothers, first generation Nigerian.
I know that's
God brought us through.
three older brothers. That's Nigerian.
Yeah.
You know she had a
No,
Yeah.
you know not to mess with her. That's what you know.
Yeah,
You know not to play.
Yeah, of course that.
Yeah,
You know
I learned a lot. So
Yeah.
I can definitely protect myself.
Yeah, that's the only girl. Like what you about to do?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So
Tell the fellas that. Tell the fellas that.
they've learned.
Mess around and find out. There it is.
Yeah, they learned. I can spot mouthpiece from a mile away. But so that's a little bit. Let's see. I wanted to make it out of Oakland because Oakland teaches you a lot, but Oakland has a way of keeping you there a lot. So it is literally by God's grace if you are able to make it out of Oakland that you can actually do something about Oakland. So when I got out, I went to UC Santa Barbara. That was my first time leaving. I left home when I was 17. That's what helped me meet Tyler. Woo woo.
Yeah.
Shout out to the college days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to CSU SB?
No,
I went to
Barbara.
UC Santa Barbara.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we was in San Bernardino all the time.
Okay.
We went up there.
Father and Tyler as much as we could.
UC Santa Barbara though.
Yo, yeah, no. Shout out to Freebirds.
Right, Freebirds. I want to go back just for Freebirds, bro.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth the journey. It's
Oh,
worth the journey for sure.
You
I
know.
remember my first Freebirds.
Yeah, so I went to UC Santa Barbara for my bachelor's, and I went to Cal State Fullerton for my master's in social work.
Nice.
And yeah, and I told myself I wanted to bring my degree back to Oakland. So when I finished my master's, I went back and worked in Oakland in the heart of the East where I grew up. Um, to give people an example of one, you don't got to stay here. This is not a permanent situation. You can definitely do more. You have access to more. There's more life that exists outside of Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal was to be the one person I always wished I had when I was in Oakland. So I worked at a nonprofit for 7 years based out of Oakland, and then just recently switched to Kaiser. Um, just I needed to stack a little more profits. They do the work, but they don't provide the way that you need to provide to sustain living in California.
I always say California right now, man. I don't know what you need to survive out here no more. You need 3 degrees, 4 jobs,
Right. Right. Hope and a prayer.
Hope and a prayer, 2 wives and 2 husbands. You need all
right.
that.
Right.
Funny for that one. So you need 2 husbands. That's funny.
Yeah.
Expensive. They gonna pay. We're gonna have to pay to breathe in a second.
We getting there. We definitely getting there.
Watch.
But yeah, there's that. I started a private practice for therapy March 2021. And then actually last year I opened a foundation in Nigeria to give back and just
let me give a round of applause for that. Hold on. Let me
I'll get mine.
Yeah. You giving us
trying to do a little something.
you giving us a lot of juice on. Let me go back real quick. Let me go back.
You're doing it.
Yeah, let's backtrack. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you're Nigerian. So
I am.
For you, well, first of all, what tribe are you from?
I am Igbo.
Igbo.
Nice.
Okay.
I always like to know the tribes.
Yeah, it's always interesting.
Even though it's one night,
because they're different.
I do like to know the tribes.
Yeah. So how was it growing up, like Nigerian and living in the east side of the Bay? Like for you, like did your culture of Nigeria, did it play a big part in how you were raised, or did the Bay culture take over more? Like how was that?
Yeah, I would say a little bit of both. It was definitely an experience because, like I said, me and my brothers were first generation.
Okay.
So both of my parents born and raised in Nigeria and then immigrated.
Oh, okay.
So what they thought was normal, very different from what it is out here. So it's Oakland, right? So Oakland is Oakland, is bangers, is drug dealers, like it's all the stuff. The difference is like Oakland back in the day was a family. So me and my brothers walked to school every day and were protected every day. They knew us as the kids on the block. So they never pressured us. They never tried to get us to do it. But it was like, hold on, hold on. Them the little Ani kids. Like, leave them alone. They good. So it's like we had that knowing that they protected us, but my parents are very much like, hey, leave them alone to them. And it's like, hold on, they actually got us. It's not what you think it is. Like, they actually got us. They actually cool. They protect us. They make sure we're good on our way to and from school. Like, they told us to go to school. If anybody was messing with us, like, they handled it. Nope. It's a very different Oakland now, but back then it was definitely different. My parents, Nigeria is its own hood for sure. So it's different what they did and didn't want us to do. Did and didn't want us to do. The only thing was like school. Make sure you go to school. That's the one thing we don't care nothing else about. As long as you go to school, that's what we want.
Was East Oakland is by where the Golden State Warriors used to play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, I thought so.
Now they move all across town to San Francisco.
I know when they got good.
They got bougie.
Yeah. I'm like.
Well, now you got like cross that bridge, right? What the Golden State Bridge? Is it the Golden State Bridge?
Yeah.
Bay Bridge. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
It's different. We used to be at the Coliseum because again, the Warriors wasn't really it back then.
Nah.
So we had free tickets to go see him
Oh,
play
that
all the
was like,
time. That's back when we had Thunder the mascot.
Baron Davis, the
Yeah.
Weeble.
Aaron Davis days.
Yeah. I know that to
We
you
was
right there.
there. We was in there photo feet because they went good and they was fill seats.
That was before Steph Curry, y'all little fake bandwagon fans.
Right. Like a lot of people don't even know we used to have a mascot. Like Thunder was in there, like bullying people for sure.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what high school did you go to, like around there, if you don't mind me asking?
You know what? They didn't want us going to school in Oakland because Oakland get down. So
Yeah.
we went to high school actually in Hayward. So I went to Hayward High. My brothers went to high school in Oakland, but by that point, my parents was like, "Yeah, nah."
No, we ain't seen my girl there. Nope. Nope.
I went to Hayward High.
So that might have been a good choice though, right? Because I mean, you got a master's, you got your own practice now. Like,
Yeah.
sound like
That
a
sound
good
like
move.
a good move. I mean,
Yeah, it was. It was.
Like, period, definitely helped her, I feel like, get where she needed to go,
Yeah.
like further along.
And you went to UC Santa Barbara too?
Yeah, and how was that? How did your parents, they were strict on that. Did they have an influence on you picking your college, or were they all for you moving out and going to Southern California? Like, how did that go with them?
Yeah, that was different too. So my mom is my backbone. She's the backbone of our entire household. They didn't know, right? Like when she came to the Bay, my mom it was at the time it was Cal State Hayward for
Okay.
nursing.
Okay.
So all they knew was what was in the area. That's all we all knew. We didn't know life outside of Oakland existed. I think till we even went to Hayward for the first time. It was like, hold on, there's other cities outside of Oakland. Like this is hold on, what's this freeway thing called? Like it's like Oakland was all we had. Like it's different. So it was actually in high school I joined this little program called Avid. And Abbott took us on college tours, and I didn't know anything about anything until I got to Abbott. So that's how I found out what school I wanted to go. We was on a college tour. Santa Barbara was one of them. We got to Santa Barbara at like 8 p.m. at night. It was pitch black outside, but I was like, it's like a good vibe out here. I think I like it here. I was like, I think I want to go here.
Even at nighttime.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
Yeah.
Like y'all there riding bikes and stuff. Like y'all got
No. But bro, it used to be cold as hell. They used to be in shorts. It used to piss me off sandals. I said, what's good? We came up there in sweaters and all that. We see people just rolling like it's summertime out there. We said, what?
Be out there on 10 toes, like not even sandals.
Do y'all know it's cold? Cause did y'all like?
I think they did.
Like, yeah, that's what I did notice.
But imagine that, and then imagine Oakland. You can't just be walking around in Oakland at night riding your bike, like, so it's different.
I'm gonna ask you that too. What's the, because now you got experience. What's the differences between Northern California and Southern California? Like, what have you noticed the bigger, like some of the big differences?
You gonna be honest?
Yeah, I do actually.
Always,
yeah. We having this talk.
I think, and I'm sure it might be biased because I am from the Bay, but I think going to SoCal, the biggest thing that I noticed, SoCal is very much like image. I want to look a certain way. I want people to think a certain thing about me. I want people to think that I'm this, think that I'm that. Like Southern California very much so cares about what other people think about them. The Bay is the opposite.
Okay.
It's like, it is what it is. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. Like, if you don't like it, oh well. That's the biggest thing that I noticed was a difference.
It definitely seems like, because I've never been up there, but I can also tell people have a certain swag or a certain like mantra about them coming from Northern California.
With the energy, I was like, okay, I'm feeling it. It made sense when she said, okay, because I know, like, they come with that energy.
No, they do.
Don't let us start to talk about the hyphy movement. It was real. And that spread everywhere. Everybody.
Yeah.
Different type of swag and tell just is definitely different.
And now it's even evolving now because you got people like Keys coming out of there, 19.
Yeah.
So it's like, now it's even evolve into something else. So
yeah,
a lot of influence out the Bay.
yeah.
I would say it's an authenticity thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Oakland is very much like, regardless of everything that Oakland is, regardless of what the news thinks Oakland is, me being born and raised in Oakland, like Oakland today is a different Oakland than it was back then, but there's still a pride there because it taught us a lot to be raised in Oakland and then to be able to make it out of Oakland and actually be successful. There's still a pride there. Like that's where I started. That's where my roots are from. Like Nigeria is there for sure. So it's a lot of Nigerian values instilled in me also, but Oakland is a different beast. Like it prepares you for the world in a different way.
Is there
Yeah, Oakland?
Okay. Just wondering.
Yes.
I thought it was only down here.
Nigerians are everywhere. Malaysia, Europe, Brazil. Nigerians go anywhere that they think success can get them, for sure.
I think they got like the highest population growth too, like rate, like birth rate, if I'm not mistaken.
Nigerians believe in being fruitful and multiplying. For sure.
God is good.
They be building that legacy. You hear me? Like they be the parents set the standard, and they be like, "We having a bunch of these.
Right.
We're gonna follow it right by the book."
I feel it.
So yeah, you was in you came down, and you just so happened to join one of the best sororities in the world. First, let me Let me give both of us a shout out real quick because
one time for Fall 11.
Fall 11, our anniversaries, both of our anniversaries just passed. 11? Yeah, okay. It's my link. She Fall 11. Fall 11. You don't know. Number 6, D Row. Shout out to the D Row chapter.
Hey,
I don't know about D Row. Wait, come there, bro. Like y'all y'all don't know. I learned that firsthand. You know. But yeah, shout out to both of us. Our anniversaries.
Your past.
Hers was a week. Hers is a week after mine.
Oh wow! No, mine's today. Our 12 years is today.
Nice. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Mine, because mine was on the 30th. And
so they were still in the sands when you
right.
We gotta.
And we was like, help.
Listen, it was Listen, it was a story behind that. Hey, it was a story behind that.
It is a story. In the corner, y'all was like, dang, they could really use some help.
We didn't know. We were all done. We wanted to be outside, So we got this tip, we just wanted to, show some love and support. You know what I'm saying? We heard through the grapevine that somebody leaked it, and we received that they were gonna be,
crossing those sands.
Yeah, something like that. So we was there. We wore our jackets. It was funny because we couldn't even wear our jackets on campus yet because we didn't officially have our probate. But when we went other places, we wore our jackets. So that's when we met. KA was there. We definitely met them. And we see them doing their thing, and then they just they disappeared. So we like, what happened?
We wasn't done yet.
They weren't done yet. We were so confused, and so we see Kay and all that. They going to see them. Yeah. So we go too, and
we're like, oh, we gonna be good. Our line brothers is here. This is gonna be the best night we ever had.
Let's just say certain people were shocked that we were there. Yeah. But we didn't even know what to do. So they was having a time, and we were just looking like,
I don't know what's going on.
We don't know what we doing. We know what's going on, but to actually like look at what's going on from the outside view,
should I help?
Like, yeah. So, it was like, dang, like what should we go in or should we?
All right.
I remember they was like giving like some gifts or some presents or something. I think he carried something,
man.
and they gave us some too. I felt so bad. I was like, no, like
y'all supposed to show some hood, man.
Yeah, hey,
Right.
hey, we were not hoodless. Hold on.
Let me slip this to you real quick.
Just a little hood deficient. Just a little hood deficient.
No,
Let me slip this to you.
I will never
Slip this to
forget
you,
that.
Sis.
It looked so bad. Like it just.
Just lean
Yeah,
in.
we felt it.
Just lean
Right.
in real quick.
So like, how did they know? Like, yeah, they for sure asked. They asked how we weren't supposed to know. So yeah, we definitely know. I always know like when they anniversary is. I'm like, we definitely finished like a week before them because I remember after we were done, the first place we went, see them.
Yep.
That was the time. So yeah,
Love always. It's a good story.
For 12 years later, man, and it's what 6 of them and 3 of us. At the time, they didn't know it was 3 of us. They didn't know how to say that. They only saw 2 of us and got highly disappointed.
Like, that's it. We always thought it was gonna be a bunch of line brothers. At least we got these couple.
Yeah, and it's always short on the gentleman's side.
Yeah, and it was very hard, but it was great.
Made it work. We made it work.
Yeah, we definitely made it work. We bonded, man, and it was a great time, man. So it's an honor, man. I'm glad that we've had those experiences to share and to see the growth with y'all, all 6 of y'all, to see that growth and it's great to still keep in contact, seeing y'all still good spirits. I'm like, look, I know we don't talk as much.
That's dope.
Yeah. I'm still like, if y'all ever need me us for anything, we are not far away. Like we still.
We've never questioned that too.
Yeah,
we've never questioned that. It's a small group.
Do you and your sons? Do you guys link up like for like your anniversaries and stuff? Like, do you guys do something every year? Because I know me and my brothers, we kind of hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah, no, same. We spread out. My Deuce is up here with me. She's still in Oakland, so I actually saw her maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Her birthday was actually 4 days ago, so shout out to my Deuce. Woo woo.
Shout out to Jade. Yeah. Shout out to Jade is in a whole nother place.
Right. My quad is in Puerto Rico. My 5 is in Maryland. Like we all over.
Yes.
She's in SoCal. SoCal. So we have our line Zooms where we have like, I think our last one we did like a mixology night where everybody made a drink together on Zoom and just caught up like that.
We're gonna have to have like a fall 11 one. You do know that.
Yes.
It's gonna happen.
Overdue. Overdue.
That's gonna be interesting. Because we get it's always jokes and laughs and it's crazy, man. It's a good time. It's a great time, man.
That's when you get around family.
Yeah, it is. It's not. It's I've. When they say like the brother and sister love, twin Zeta, Phi Beta, and Phi Beta Sigma, I never knew that strong until like my line sisters like it. I have like if no others Zetas, I know like them. Exactly. It's a hold down. If nobody
about mine, you know what I'm saying? Child spring away.
Yeah.
Okay, I see you. Little seasons.
Yeah.
Little seasons.
Sit out here for a little while. We just chilling though. We all out here pushing, trying to do better in life, and live a good life.
For sure.
So when I see my peoples, it's like I'm happy to see, like because we still here, we still in the midst, like so. It's just love. That's all it really is. At the end of the day, it's just went through an experience, and it was a hell of an experience.
Right. That part.
But it brung so much from it. So
man.
Like I'm thankful for everything during those times, even now.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. So, besides that, like I said, you got out and then you went into your profession. Tell us about that, like you said.
Yeah. I think I was always a person everybody came to anyways, asking for advice, talking about their problems, just wanting to talk stuff through. But also in Nigerian tradition, either the first daughter or again, I'm the only daughter. The responsibility is like you're like the second mom. So even though I'm the youngest and the only girl, I've always held a lot of responsibility as the only girl. It's the expectation in the culture in general. So I've always held a lot. I've always been the person that like, okay, we got to do this. We got to do this. Okay, let's go ask her. Okay, let's go ask my sister. All right, let's go ask. Like that's just what it was. So I was like, why don't I just like get paid for it? Like, I do this all the time, anyways. So God aligned it. God really aligned it. I didn't initially plan to do social work, and then I had a counselor, and when I was at UC Santa Barbara, he's just do social work. You could do everything. I was like, I don't know what that means. Like, what is everything? And he was like, literally everything. Because with a master's in social work, you could do a bunch of stuff. You can be in leadership, you can be in management, you can do direct care, like you could do community work, you can work in schools, you can work in business, like you can work everywhere with a master's in social work. So um I really did. I wanted to go back and just do therapy in Oakland. Because imagine like when you young and you like, man, I just wish I had somebody that listened. Imagine having that. Like life would be really different if you like somebody actually cared when you was a kid and like didn't leave, like walked you through it and was like, I know this feel like forever, but it's not forever. You gotta make it through this chapter. So that's what led me there. And then it just got better. I just one of my prayers for a really long time was asking God to bless me enough to be blessings to other people. So when he answers the prayer, I can't then be stingy. Like, now that you bless me, God, I'm just gonna keep it for myself.
Amen. How that works out.
Right. Right. So that's how the private practice came, me being able to, work with who I want to work with. That's how the foundation came about, like being able to give back and um, do the little stuff. A lot of times it don't take a lot. It just takes somebody that actually cares and that's willing to do more than the basic.
Yeah. Who was that for you, like when you were in college? Because I know, like when you're doing, your organizational stuff, you're doing your school stuff, and it's a lot. And you probably got personal stuff in your life going on. Like who was there for you when you were in college and trying to make it through like everything? Um, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Like was it
I
your
want
friends or yo man? I don't know. Like, who's there? You know what I mean?
it's a little bit of everybody, a little bit of everybody. I know I was definitely blowing Tyler's phone up all the time, for sure. My mom, she's like, again, she my backbone. She's always had a lot going on, but if we needed her, it's nothing. It's nothing. If my brothers had to push to Santa Barbara at the drop of a dime, that's what it was. But I also I met my best friend in college. He's an alpha. Shout out to Alpha Phi Alpha because
Shout out to A5, man.
He's squad too.
Shout out to A5.
But I met him my first day at Santa Barbara, and we clicked because he's Nigerian, he was Greek, and he's from the Bay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So me leaving home for the first time, I'm like, I'm used to having brothers. I'm used to having protection. I'm used to having like strong men in my life that I can depend on and lean on. So when I met him, it was like he was instantly my brother.
Nice.
And it's the same energy to this day. It's the same energy. I'm about to get married. He about to get married at the same time. Like
that's crazy.
Talk about this.
Yeah.
That's kind of man.
See how the stars align.
Hey, look at guys. The guys been working.
Yeah.
So like, I know you have your own practice now. Back then, like when you were in college, were you like you said you were the go-to for everybody? Like, did you kind of start that organization in the midst of that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, did you start it back then as far as like getting like the business stuff together and putting the pieces in order?
Yeah. Nope. I didn't know what I wanted to do at college yet. I just know I wanted to work with people.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what that was going to look like yet. I just wanted to be with people. But in college, I was like, always had a leadership position. So I was actually like NPHC president at UC Santa Barbara. I was vice president for D Row and Zeta. Like I was like a mentor for the Black Scholars Hall. Like I did a lot because I was like, I don't know what I want to do yet. I just know that I want to be with people. So I think, yeah, it did start there, but I didn't think private practice until I was out of grad school.
Later in life.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't know what I wanted to
the
do.
foundation was already planted.
Yeah, you was already working on them skills, you know, honing on the skills to be able to.
I think that's important, like, for people to know. Like, sometimes it's not like they see the end results, but you know, they don't really see like the foundation building.
Oh, yeah.
And then they be wondering, like, oh dang, these people are doing good. Like, oh, she got a master, but she been it's from high school, middle school.
Yeah.
Like, she been doing the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You know, in high school, I was in BSU back then too, and like I think when I was 10, I think 10 was the first time. Avid. I joined like some community organization when I was young, and we did a lot of volunteer work. Like we was painting stuff on the storm drains, telling people not to dump. We picking up trash. Like it's been in my blood because that's just what it is. So I think that's what drew me to Zeta when I got to college. I was like, hold on, y'all do community work?
Right.
I'm like, that's what I've been doing my whole life. So I need that. Like, I need that. And I don't have sisters.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is that going to be like to have sisters that have similar morals, similar values, and like want to give back and serve the community like I've been doing my whole life. So a lot of different reasons for sure.
Can you speak that a little bit? Like what is Zeta? Like, I know it gave you that sisterhood. Like what was exactly, like, how did that look? Like, how did that play out, you know, in like real time? You know what I mean? Because I don't, you know, I know there's a lot of people who have like, you know, mostly brothers, or maybe they're have all sisters, or you know what I mean? But you had all brothers. So, you know, the fact that you had sisterhood, like what did that do for you?
Yeah, it was definitely different. I think so a lot of my line sisters I met on the Black Scholars Hall freshman year. So I was like, I don't know, like, not that I don't get along with girls, but again, I'm used to dudes. Like dudes are a lot simpler in a lot of areas. Y'all definitely difficult in a lot of ways. But there's a lot of areas where y'all are a lot more simple.
Yeah,
definitely difficult in a lot of ways, but it's just easier sometimes. I think women have a lot that we want to do. It's a lot we want to accomplish. There's a lot of like images that we're expected to fulfill, a lot of expectations we're expected to fulfill. So because we're always trying to do something or look a certain way, like it's very catty, it's very judgmental, it's very like, why'd you do it like that? No, don't like, oh hey, like it's I just I wasn't used to that. Yeah, I wasn't used to that because I grew up around brothers, and my brothers are Oakland men. Oakland men are very real men. So I'm like, that's a big adjustment. But one of my line sisters, actually, I met her in middle school.
Nice.
We met in middle school. Met in middle school, went to high school. She was in Abbott with me. We went on a tour together. We both fell in love with Santa Barbara at the same time. We ended up going to Santa Barbara. Then we ended up being like freshman year, dorm rooms was next door to each other.
Oh, it was meant to be for sure, y'all.
That's gotta be been putting the pieces in order for you.
Yeah. So I think a lot of it, I like leaned on her. I'm like, you're the only person I know here. Like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, hold on, there's a bunch of Black people in Santa Barbara. It seemed cool. Like, let's try. Let's meet people. Let's get out. We went to like a BSU thing, and I think I met my dean at a BSU event, and I was like, dang, she seemed heck cool. And she didn't say nothing about Zeta. It was just like, here, we got this event in the community. Y'all come do it with us. And I was like, yeah, I thought will actually. Shout out, it's her birthday today too, actually.
What? Oh yeah, it is. Oh, hold on.
We crossed on her birthday.
Yeah.
So shout out to my dean, Tamika Levi.
Yeah, shout out to my club. Shout out to my. I'm good.
I know, right? Yeah. I think the fact that we were able to do like community stuff together is what made me like trust them a little bit more. It was like I can see your integrity based on what you spend your time doing.
Message.
So I'm like, okay, you give it back. I like that.
That's it right there. A lot of people, you know, doing all kind of other stuff, but let me show you what I'm doing. You know, let me show you what I'm doing. So I like that. Did you go ahead, bro?
I was just going to further talk about the profession a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Get into
Can
the.
I get your favorite memory from college?
Oh, pretty sure
Mm.
that's a lot. So
I'm like, ooh, I don't know. That's tough.
I'll narrow it down to Zeta from Zeta.
Okay. You know what? Honestly, and not even trying to be cliche, we used to volunteer at the like the old folks center. And
no.
we used to serve them ice cream on their ice cream Sundays. And they used to like dance with us and crack jokes with us. And, you know, old people don't care what they talk about no more. They don't care what nobody think about
No
nothing.
filter, like
At
it's
all.
they don't care. It'd be funny.
They do not care. So they used to be in there
Uh,
cracking joke with us. Like, I know shit I couldn't have. Let's go. Hurry up, they coming.
I'll go off right now.
That I would say that was definitely one of my favorites. Like that was one of our regulars. We volunteered at the old folks home a lot because they always like, yeah, I just miss my granddaughter, I miss my grandkids. So whenever you guys come, I feel like I'm with my grandkids again. So it's like,
Mm.
I don't know, it's something about the innocence and the purity that you get when you like a really little kid or when you older that is just
Yeah.
like
I was just about to
that's
say, like, 'cause I work with kids, so I get that same kind of feeling. I don't know, it's just that giving back that, like, I'm helping them, and like, you know, they appreciate you, and like, I don't know, it's just a good feeling.
yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I work with kids for this is my first time actually in my career working with adults. I've always worked with kids too. So
Wow.
this is
Oh
that
wow.
is different.
Yeah, we're gonna have to chop that up real quick.
Yeah.
You know, I, when I do substitute teaching, and so when I'm with the youngins, like it's a little bit different from when I'm with the older kids, because you know when I go to the high schools, you know they kind of to themselves a little bit. I kind of gotta you know bring it out of them a little bit more. But
Mhm.
the younger kids, man, they can't wait to show you who they are. They be like,
No.
they be doing a dance, they want to do that. I'm like, okay, what's up? What's up? You know, we just the energy is different. But when you get to the older kids, you know, you gotta do a little bit more, and sometimes you gotta. But the thing I like about the older kids, they understand a little bit more, so
Mhm.
you can talk to them about more real stuff that you know more prevalent
Yes.
today. So it's
Yeah.
pretty good, man. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. I think teenagers is my favorite population.
Uh,
Like you said, because
like
you can have like those
16, 15.
I
Um,
would say like 13 to like 18, 19.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
because you can have a lot more real conversations with them, like you said. Like my last before I left the nonprofit, I worked at an elementary school. And
Mm-hmm.
it's different. Like you can't be in a bad mood with little kids. They
No,
don't let you
No
stay
you
matter,
don't.
yeah, no matter what.
It's
You
not
cannot.
possible.
Mm-mm.
You could try.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you could try and they be like, oh my God, Miss Johnson, Miss Johnson, Miss
Yeah.
Johnson. I'm like, give me 1 second. Hey, yeah, it's your weekend.
All the acting that you have to do.
The-
You have to go
it's the
full blown
energy.
character like for these kids. Like
They need
Literally.
yeah, they do, man. It's hard. Like I
Yeah.
don't be feeling like it.
So
Like
do you do like therapy for like youngsters or only adults?
Right now in the private practice, because I'm doing a private practice part-time, it's like mostly young adults right now. So actually like transitional age, like
Hmm.
first getting into being an adult, finish school, trying to figure out life.
uh,
And then I have a couple like seasoned patients, a couple seasoned clients.
uh,
And at Kaiser, I'm all adults. So again, because this is my first time only doing adults, I'm like I'm missing kids. I miss the innocence, the purity,
Yeah.
like the joy that they bring out of you naturally
Mhm.
because kids are supposed to like emit
Yeah.
joy. That's what they do. So
Mhm.
missing that part.
Yeah, I was doing Saturday school yesterday. That's why we couldn't record yesterday. And one of they was sometimes I let them play music, and so they put this one song on, and all of a sudden, it's like three of the kids start crying.
oh
Oh,
wow.
I'm
Whoa.
like,
Whoa.
I'm like, why y'all
that's
crying?
what I thought you was about to say.
No, they started crying. The song was a good song. I can't remember the song. I wish I did, but
Wow.
I was like, man, I understand y'all. It's okay to cry. Like, go ahead and let it out. You know, some of them start consoling each other, like helping each other out.
That's dope.
Like that. Like it's natural for them. And later on in the day, I check in on them, and like they good. We playing like, and it's like they it's kind of like they wear their hearts on their sleeves. So like you don't have to kind of guess with them, and like if they're secluded, they show it like, and they kind of pull back, and when they're good. So like I don't know, adults maybe kind of have to, they're good at more hiding their feelings, I guess.
Absolutely.
So it's harder for them to connect with people because if you're not, it's hard to connect if somebody's not showing you how their true self. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Like, I think maybe that's maybe why it's so easier to connect with kids than say adults. So
yeah, you definitely gotta pull it out of adults a lot. I think I know I'm not the average therapist for a lot of reasons. I'm like a fan of therapy not feeling like therapy. Because you can actually like you said, let your guard down a little bit more, like just open up a little bit more. So my motto for my practice is actually like healing through laughter and authenticity.
Okay.
People don't laugh enough, first of all. Like the world is hard, life is hard, and people don't even realize how healing laughter is. So in my opening speech for first time patients, I'd be like, listen, my goal is to get you to laugh, chuckle, or smirk at least once in every session, even if it's like yeah, I guess that was kind of funny. Like I'd say even a little bit. Like that's the goal, because once you laugh, you bring that guard down a little bit. Once the guard come down a little bit, then we can have hard conversations.
Yeah.
But if you're in there and your wall is like taller than you, like what point are you coming to therapy? You're not about to really talk about nothing. So we gonna be wasting our time together. I don't want to waste your time or my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like let's have a real conversation and like be who you really are. Don't be who you think the world wants to see. Like when you come in here, be you. Tell me all the stuff you don't want to say out loud, all the stuff you think people gonna be like, what's wrong with her? All the stuff you think people gonna judge you about, say that here. This is the space to say any and everything. That's how I run my therapy sessions. Because what's the point if you don't feel like you could really be yourself?
Yeah. Why do you think people find it hard to be their authentic self? You know what I mean? And what does like laughing or like what does it do like or well, can you answer the first one? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you good, you good. I think, in my experience, the biggest reason why people feel like they can't be their authentic selves is because they have before and they've been hurt. They've opened up before, they were vulnerable before, they took the risk and was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And then somebody trampled it. Somebody didn't value the real version of them. Somebody didn't hold them or create a space that made them feel safe and made them feel like they could be themselves. And they were like, never again. You really only need to go through something that doesn't feel good once to know you never want to feel it again.
Yeah. That makes a lot.
So when somebody opens up and they're like, okay, I'm gonna take this risk. I'm gonna take a leap of faith and I'm gonna open up a little bit. And then somebody like, why would you do that? That's the dumbest thing you could have ever did. You're not gonna be like, okay, I'll just try somebody else. You're gonna be like, oh,
yeah,
okay, I'm never about to do that again. So most times, like people are testing the waters for a really long time. And if somebody is not providing a space for you to feel safe where you can be honest, then you walk around living with a wall up because you haven't found the safety to be yourself yet.
Do you think that's the same reason why like there's I guess why I say they use that as a defense mechanism, saying like, oh, you don't need therapy, or why are you going to talk, like to somebody who don't really care, or therapy is made for these white people over there, all these things that people say. You think that's the same answer for why, therapy, at least in the past, has not been so prevalent in the past. It's getting away now, obviously, but like why people never believed in therapy like it is today. You think that's the reason why too?
Absolutely. It takes one bad experience with one person for your brain, because that's also how the brain stores trauma.
Mm.
The brain, like, you go through something, and most people think that it's the one thing that is the trauma that the brain is storing. So say like a car accident. Say somebody get in a car accident. The trauma moving forward is people think like, oh, I'm only gonna be scared of cars. But in reality, whatever song was playing in the background before the car accident happened, if somebody was in a car with you, they had on a certain cologne or a certain perfume, your brain stores that smell as trauma now. If you saw a McDonald's on a corner before the accident, now every time you see a McDonald's, your body's going to have a reaction. Like, trauma stores everything that happens in that moment. So imagine you opening up to somebody and they just shut you down.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, now I know people like this, people that are this age, people that are this ethnicity, people from this area, they don't receive me well. They don't create safety for me. So it's okay. Most people will try one therapist and they don't vibe with the therapist. Like, therapy ain't for me. The difference is, it's not that therapy ain't for you, it's that therapist wasn't it for you. Everybody's different. Just like you wouldn't mesh with every person in the world, therapists are the same.
Yeah.
Because therapists are people. So you got to find the right therapist that you mesh with, that you vibe with, that you have a good relationship and a good, like, you meet them and you like, okay, oh, they seem kind of cool. Just like a friend. You wouldn't just friend everybody on the street because they on the street. Certain people you just don't rock with. So therapist is the same thing.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because even those traumas, people will carry that for a lifetime.
Forever.
One event, 5 years old, 3, I don't know, however, whenever it happened, 10, 12, it could have been in their 20s.
Yeah.
And they will carry that, and everything that even reminds them or points to them, then it's a trigger.
Yeah.
And, you know, they be wondering why people be acting out. Bro, you don't even know what trigger you just hit for that person.
Yeah, you don't.
Yes.
You know,
you don't.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always kind of mindful of what I say to people and what I do, because you know, I want to be a safe spot for people. Like a lot of people gravitate towards me because I don't judge that like that, you know, and I let people be them. You know what I mean? It could be, they could have the worst day or the best day. Like, I'm still gonna be here for you, and you know, I think that's why I've built the friendships and bonds that I've had, because I create that space for them. And you know, it's just I see other people when somebody tries to be like vulnerable or, you know, do them, and then you know black folk, you know, we get talking we get to talking
yeah, black people are something else, man. I don't know what's wrong with that.
He's talking at the mouth, boy.
Yeah, there's something wrong with us.
And by the time you know, they didn't completely shut down everything. And I'm like, dang, man, it's like, I was like, at a certain point, like, I can say I can stick up for you, that one time, but it's like you gotta have that tough skin too. So it's kind of hard for, you know, I can't be there every moment of the day, like, or nobody can be there every moment of the day.
I think the thing is, and I worry about this with my friends sometimes. I'm like, yeah, I can be your friend, but I cannot be your therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, message. If you need, I get what you need. You need a professional help. I can give you my opinion as a friend, but I don't have all the expertise to give you. And I'm good. Like, people think I should go into psychology for real because I am.
You'll be good.
They think I'd be good.
I agree.
I agree. I probably will. Like, I'll probably just get a I probably will. But again, at the current state that I am not that person. I can't give you all those tools. The way I allow you to open up, you need to be able to allow yourself to open up to a professional in the same way to give you the best feedback possible. I can give you stuff, but I don't believe I can give you the best that really will help you to where you feel like, hey, I need to keep coming back to this person. Like, no, shoot, you're going to start paying me. But they cannot be your therapist is what I'm saying about it. That's why.
Yeah, and a lot of times you might have some stuff going on with you.
Exactly.
It's not your job.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot to pour on your friends and stuff like that.
So I think we had this conversation where people, you know, expect something from you, and it's like, bro, like, I gotta do my thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, taking on your energy and your problems is holding me. You know what I mean? So, you know, how do you do that? I know it's your job, but like, how do you do that? Like, how do you separate, you know, your profession from your personal?
Yeah, I think that's something I'm still working on, honestly. Because I'm a person that loves hard.
Yeah.
Like I love hard. That's why I'm in the work. Like I genuinely care.
Mhm.
So when I see clients that are struggling, like to be a good therapist, I feel like to a certain extent you have to be invested. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be invested in their lives. You have to be invested in like, okay, I really want them to be better. Like in, some therapists, they'll drag on therapy for forever because they want to get paid. And I'd be like, listen, so you've been doing real good. You don't really need me no more. They'd be like, wait, no. You're gonna be in my life forever. And I'm like, no. No. I'm not supposed to be here forever. Like we can do maintenance where every once in a while, if you need a session, we can link up and we can schedule time. But I think the biggest thing, honestly, is prayer.
Mm.
Because the type of stuff that I hear, as you can imagine,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
They probably
any and everything.
I
Ryan.
would go on World Star. I'd be like, oh,
World Star. World Star.
Any and everything. So I think as a therapist too, you got to make sure you taking care of yourself. Like
Mm.
when the clock is out, if it's 5 o'clock, turn everything off. Don't don't have your work email on your phone. Like sometimes you gotta set boundaries for yourself to be able to create the division. Like when I'm off, I'm off.
Yeah.
Even when I want to answer calls, I want to answer emails. Like if I'm on vacation, I won't even check. Like I got access always, but sometimes you got to deny yourself access and be like,
Message.
okay, today I'm not doing nothing. I'm turning my phone off to everybody. Netflix is gonna be it all day. Like
Yeah.
that's it. Like praying, asking God to be like, okay, you know me, God. You
Yeah.
know your daughter. You know how hard I love. You know what I want to do.
Yeah.
But I'm not their answer. You are.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So help me get them closer to you because you're actually all they need.
Message.
Mhm.
Once they get you, they'll be okay. So how do I get there? Take control, take care of them until I meet them again. And then when I meet them again, okay, then we can talk about this. So I give clients homework, spiritual homework too, if they're spiritual. I don't force it if it's not there. But if they're like, yeah, I pray, I read the Bible, I'm like, thank you, Lord. I just needed that opening. Like I just needed to know that they knew you a little bit. So sometimes it's like giving it to God. That's a big thing that I have to work on too. Like it's not mine to hold.
Yeah.
I can't fix their problem.
Message.
I literally it's not for me. Like the whole point of them connecting to me is because God wanted me to connect them to him.
Man.
That's the main thing for sure.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good. I like that. That's
Yeah, because
that's
I
real.
definitely, yeah. I definitely want to touch on that too. Like you coming into your faith. You know what I'm saying? Like how when did it occur like your first coming to Jesus moment, like real in a real way to where like it appeared to be for you a whole in some sense life changing for you.
Yeah, literally.
Where did that start? How what
Yeah. I know exactly the moment too. I'll start at the beginning. So my brothers and I, and my parents, we were raised in a Black Catholic church in Oakland. I was 82nd and Bancroft. Shout out to Saint Benedict. Black Catholic churches don't exist. First of all, I don't see them.
no.
Haven't seen another one
Cause ain't
since
no
where
black
it's primarily Black people.
cause ain't no black people finna do that. Like, why we got?
My grandmother was the only Catholic I knew.
Like,
right,
ain't no black people finna
right,
tell. What you finna tell me? You know, like,
right. So I'm like, we think we knew God existed, right? Because to be able to get through Oakland, none of us sold drugs, none of us ever went to jail. We all got our bachelor's degree at least. That's just by the grace of God. That's not like we knew him, but we didn't have a relationship with him.
which
Two
is
very different things.
exactly.
Message.
I think I got to grad school and I had a friend. I was looking for a church, but again, I didn't really know God yet. So I had a friend introduce me. We went to church together and I was like, this is kind of cool. Started to go there a little more frequently. I knew I started to know God a little bit more because I started sitting in the front row. We don't do that.
No,
I was in the front row by myself.
Let me look that live. Just let me do my little worship, raise hands, clap, and
I'll be in the back, and then I see y'all next Sunday. Like that's it.
Preach up.
Honestly, the major change where like my entire life changed, like you said, August 2020.
That 2020.
August 2020.
That year.
It was a hell of a year.
Yeah, man. I am telling you, man, it's so much stuff that happened that year that I hear from people. I'm like, that year we need to literally
God was doing something.
we need a whole book about that year, history book about that.
Oh, it's coming.
It was a lot. I know. We got a lot to talk about.
Okay, so it happened in June.
August 2020.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I'll give y'all a little bit because this one day I'm gonna make a movie out of it because it sounds fake. It started because I was engaged previously.
Okay.
But I knew I wasn't supposed to be with her.
Man, talk about that. That's deep.
I'm like, well, I knew. We'll talk about soul ties if we got time. Maybe y'all welcome me back for another episode. We'll talk about soul ties at another time.
For sure, yeah, all right. Getting good.
So
I done been away. I've been away. Yeah, give my tea. I've been away too long.
Yeah, it was. So I was with him, and I think I was super in love, but I knew I wasn't supposed to be with him because it was like just being in love, but I wasn't going anywhere. Like I essentially put everything for myself on hold to help him grow, which is not a bad thing. But you want to be with somebody where y'all gonna grow together. It's not even be with somebody that's gonna let you put your life on pause to help them with theirs.
Yeah.
So
he was okay with
yes.
I got you.
Yes. He was okay with me saying, I'll stop everything and help you grow. Which is like, in hindsight, I'm aware now that God put us together because I was supposed to help him. That relationship wasn't for me. That relationship was for him to get where he needed to be, where God wanted him to be for his kids. So I met with a prophet. That's how it started. I was talking to a friend. She was talking about how she had met a prophet and how he's prayed over her, and like every prophecy he's ever given her has come to pass. Like she sent friends to him. Every prophecy has come to pass for every friend always. So it's like, okay, you know what? I feel like I need him to pray for me and my family. I called him. I said, I introduced myself, got your number from this person. Like, can you pray for me and my family? That's all I said. She was like, if he has a prophecy for you, he'll likely tell you to come meet him in person. Cool, no problem. It might have been like 2 weeks of prayers. And he's like, I need you to come see me. I was like, damn, already? It ain't even been that long. Like, you got prophecy already? Like, this is moving fast. And I kid you not, I told my friend the day that he told me that, I called her and I said, he gonna tell me not to be with him. She's like, what do you mean? I said, he gonna tell me not to be with him.
You already felt it heavy.
I knew.
That he was talking in your spirit.
I knew, like, God had been telling me in a lot of ways. And I was like, no, God, you told me to work forgiveness. I'm working on forgiveness. A lot of excuses. A lot of excuses.
That is crazy. Yeah.
Right. No, zero discernment. Like, terrible decision making.
Right.
So she kept, probably for like a week before I met him, I probably talked to her 3 different times. And that's just what I kept saying. I was like, he gonna tell me not to be with him. I already know. Because I also I almost started to get into it with my family. Like, what? Now y'all don't know him like I know him. You know, the typical. We fight and defend people we not supposed to be fighting. Right. That's my man, and I'm gonna stick beside him. Like all of the nonsense.
That's the little clip on YouTube or Instagram. That's my man or something like that. I don't know how y'all feel.
Thank you to my man, and my man. Thank you to my man.
I'm talking about.
But yes, that's what it was. That's what it was. And I kept telling them, like, I'm not leaving this relationship until God tells me to leave. I used to say that on repeat. Like, I'm not going nowhere because if I leave for y'all, then I'm going to continue to be curious and wonder if it would have ever worked out. I can't leave for y'all.
Message.
Like, but at that point, I'm like, I know God well enough to know that if he's telling me to stay here, then there's a reason. But the moment he tell me to leave, I'm going to leave. But until he do that, I'm going to still be here.
Yeah.
So I met with the prophet. And he I was there for like 3 hours. I was in there cracking up. He was super funny. And I was like, man, this is cool. Is this what it's like to be with a prophet? Like, I'm not nervous at all. Like, this is. And he had me laughing for like 2 hours. And then he was like, all right. So I just wanted to entertain you a little bit so that you could better receive what God is about to tell you. And I said,
look at those skills and translate it into your work.
Exactly.
I put that together real quick.
Exactly. I was like, oh, exactly. That's exactly what he did to me. Because I was at that point, I was like, I'm comfortable, I'm relaxed. All right, what you want to talk about? What God got to tell me?
Bam.
Right. And he proceeded to ask me questions about this dude. And everything was spot on. And then he proceeded to tell me stuff that I had only ever prayed to God about. Stuff that I had never even said out loud before.
Like, that's how you know it's genuinely from God. When you read them inner things that someone else, you be like, who you talk to? Like, it get you like,
yes,
a little bit like,
yes.
How did you know that? There's no way you should know that.
Right, because God know me, right? God know I'm a skeptic. I don't just listen to anybody saying that it's God. So God was like, all right, let me show you it's you. Remember when you told me this thing? And then the prophet was saying, and I was like,
yeah, man.
I'm like, okay, Lord. So of course, by that time, I'm ugly crying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it took that hard.
Super ugly crying because I was like, if this ain't God, then I'm just being ignorant.
Right.
Because you're literally telling me stuff I've never said out loud to another human being. And when I called him and asked him to pray, I said, can you pray for me and my family? I tell him I was in a relationship. I didn't tell him I was engaged. I didn't tell him I was living with the dude. I didn't tell him nothing.
Just.
So I'm like, okay, this is the Lord. Got it. So again, we was living together. So ultimately, by the end of the conversation, he said, God said, leave this relationship now. He said, tomorrow might be too late.
Whoa.
Tomorrow might be too late. Lord, are you sure? And then he was like, God said he's been telling you to leave this relationship and you haven't been living. And I was like, that's super accurate. And I could pinpoint every single situation where he told me to leave and I did. So I was like, okay. So he said, God says this is the last time he's going to tell you, and then he's going to take his hand off of your life. And then whatever you go through afterwards, if you decide to stay, is yours to deal with.
Whoa.
So I'm not playing with God.
Right. No.
I can't afford to live this life without God's hand on it.
I say, when God decided taking his hand, like that's the ultimate like alert line, like beep beep beep, like yes. That's the ultimate thing. You like that's you're not trying to get. That's when you know you going too far off the deep end. When he like
yes,
I always say that like no matter what I'm going through, as long as his hand is still on me, I will go through it.
Right. Right. But God knows you, right? So he knows what you need to hear to do what you need to do. So I needed it. I needed it that strong. I needed that threat. I needed that promise of God being like, I got you. I've always had you. But you're about to go so far down destruction if you don't leave this that I don't want you to think this is me or that I'm associated with it at all when it happens.
Message.
So I was like, ooh.
That hit.
It was I think it was like people like of faith, like sometimes when they're, talking to God and, they're looking for the answer, looking for what you want him to do. And, you're trying to figure out like, what is it? You know what I mean? And when you get that answer, it's not always the answer you was looking for. So
that's why I said be careful what you pray for.
Yeah, literally.
Message.
I think men, we struggle with this is being obedient and just being able to hear that word and have that conviction. You had conviction. I don't know. You did it that night, like, or like
Listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda. Let me tell you. I said, I'm not playing with God.
There it is.
I said, in that's why I said this is the moment. I know this moment very clearly because I knew God, but again, I didn't have a relationship with him at the time. But it's what I prayed for. a lot of times we pray and ask God for something, but we don't wait for the answer.
Message.
It's like we pray and then we be like, God, hurry up. I want the answer now. And he like, I'm answering it. You just not listening. So I was like, all right, God. I kept telling them I'm gonna leave the relationship when God tell me to. So now that the answer, the prayer is answered, I can't be like, hold on, God, are sure? So you don't have to agree to obey. I think that's something that we humanly struggle with.
Yeah.
Like we try to understand things based off of a very incomplete picture. We can only see what's right in front of us.
Right.
Yeah.
God sees every conversation and that's happened about you behind closed doors. He's seeing every opportunity he has for you 5 months from now, 10 years from now. Like he sees everything. So that's how he guides our decisions. We don't see all that.
No.
So when he's doing stuff, we like, come on, why, God? He was like, I know it don't make sense right now, but it's because you can't see what they said about you. We wasn't there. That's why I'm taking you from that. But keep in mind, God will never take anything from you without replacing it with something better. That's who he is. That's his promise to us. He's a God of abundance. So anything we think is amazing is bare minimum for God. He like, that's it? That's all you want for yourself? You got so much more, but all right, I'm gonna just wait. So sure enough, that next day I packed my stuff and I moved out. The next day. Right. The next day.
Shoot. Was he like, what was his reaction?
Oh, that's a good question. He might be like, I'm throwing this couch.
Right. You want to know the plot twist?
Plot twist.
So the plot twist is I hadn't met with this prophet in person before. And again, I'm from Oakland. So I'm like, I don't really know you. I don't go nowhere with nobody I don't know without letting somebody know where I'm going. So I sent my fiance at the time the address. Just in case I was gone for hella long and he didn't know where I was. So at this point, I'm gone for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's a while.
And what he's telling me is literally breaking my heart. So I'm not checking my phone. I'm not doing none of that. He had been calling me, texting me, all of this stuff.
Oh, he worried.
So he pulled up. So
Keep going.
that was perfect. You did that.
Keep going.
So when I left, like I said, I was ugly crying. Like he was like, "What's going on? What's happening?" I was like, I didn't have nothing to tell him at the time.
Yeah.
But when we got back to the apartment, we kind of talked about it, but not really. And I just kept hugging him. He was like, "Why are you hugging me like you're saying goodbye?"
Logan, one more thing. Bye-bye, bitch.
Right. But also, like, he couldn't be too surprised, right? Because we had enough issues leading up to that to where I was like, I can't trust you no more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's not like it was a complete surprise. Like I said, I knew every moment that he was referring to when God said, I've been telling you to leave and you haven't been listening. I could pinpoint every situation where I was like, leave. And I told myself, leave. I told him, I'm done. And I could not leave. That's why I say we'll talk about soul ties another time, because it was a soul tie. So I left. So essentially, like, he didn't want to go. I didn't want to go either, to a certain extent, because I was super in love with him. Like, I was like, God, this is the hardest thing ever. At this point, this is my best friend. Like, we live together. Our lives are intertwined. Like, how? It's not something I could have prepared for, because he said tomorrow might be too late. So literally overnight, my entire world changed. Gave up my apartment, lost my best friend, lost the love of my life. Like, everything was different.
Man.
Whole world shattered.
Literally overnight. So outside of, becoming a Zeta, this was easily the hardest thing I had ever been through in life. Easily. And I was like, God, we're doing this. And even though I don't agree right now, I know you well enough to know that if you're making me go through this, there's got to be a reason. So I'm just holding on to you. Like, I couldn't even think of like, okay, what am I going to do tomorrow? I was like, God, I need you to get me to the next minute. Like, I was struggling.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how to do this. So it's in that period that I got to know God for real.
Man.
I kept meeting with the prophet. We was praying almost every day together. We was doing Bible study. He's just like getting me closer to God. I was still like going to church. I started reading the Bible on my own, started listening to worship music all the time. And I just started to feel a peace that I've never experienced before, which was the first confirmation. And then I kept asking God for confirmation, like, if this is you, confirm it for me. Show me that it's you. So he proceeded to give me confirmation after confirmation after confirmation after confirmation.
Ain't it crazy that and I'm glad you told that story, because it's like that's what real, I feel like, coming to Jesus moments happen. I've read this on Instagram, like I don't know if you know who like Jackie Hill Perry is. Do you know
Sure
that?
do. Yes.
If you know, you know. Like she,
yes.
Yeah, right. So
yes.
She was saying basically like with her transformation, right, and what she's going through, because she's very very vulnerable, very transparent about herself and her growth. Mm-hmm. And she was saying basically that like sometimes like God, he will literally create like circumstances to where you cannot find safety in anything or nobody
but him.
But
absolutely.
Him. It's like, it's almost like God is just saying like, you know, if you just love me, you don't got to be perfect. You can be where you are. Just learn to love me. I'll take care of the rest. I was like, man, that hit.
Yes.
What made me think of when he said that. I'm like, man, like,
yes.
And I feel like, and I still struggle with this. I'm like, you just like tearing everything around me to ashes. Like all this stuff I'm building, you just burn it all down. I'm like, okay, God, you know me. You send another thing my way, and I'm gonna go crazy. Like
yes.
Why are you doing this? Like, you know how much I can take. I don't know. I'm thank you for the faith you have in me, but let me tell you how.
Right. Like, let me take a break for a second. It's a little too much right now.
And just everything around you just crash and burn, your whole world, like you said. Like, those are real, and those are real coming to Jesus moments where it's like, look, I love you, so I have to take this away. This, you don't see it. This is bad for you, but I need all this to go. You're too comfortable in this. You think this is like taking you somewhere, but it's really not what I have for you. You have so much more than what you think this is doing for you, but you cannot see that. And I know that. I need to help you, and you're not going to understand it. But this is really where you know that the only person that can help is through me. Mm-hmm. That's your only lifeline.
Literally.
And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. And it's crazy.
I'm 100% agree. I think God has a habit of doing that, right? If he gives us blessings, but the blessings take us further away from him, or they distract us from him, then he'll take the blessing away, because he needs to remind you the seat that he's supposed to have in your life. If he's not the head of your life in everything that you're doing, then he will disrupt it. He'll take the peace out of it. He'll be like, nope, you too comfortable here. You so comfortable that you forgot who I am. You forgot who gave you the blessing. You praising the blessing more than you praising the person that gave you the blessing.
Message. That's man right there.
Come on now.
Come on now.
So he like, when we get distracted, he'll take it from us for sure. So I would, that's something that I'm still learning. In every area of my life, you should see God in it. Anybody that knows me in anything that I'm doing, they should know that you know God. It don't gotta be that you gotta wear Christian clothing all the time and be like, God this, God this, God this. But by the way that you live, by the way that you move, by the way that you talk, people should be able to know that you know God.
Yeah.
So in that relationship, we like prayed over the food. Every once in a while we went to church, but I wasn't getting no closer to God being with him.
Yeah.
So that was another sign. Like, I would be in church, he wouldn't be in church. Like, it's like you supposed to, like, especially in a relationship, let alone a marriage, God is supposed to be the root and the head of every marriage. So we about to get married and we barely talking to God. That marriage ain't gonna last without God at the center. Yeah. So it was a lot of different things that were signs, and I was just like, but I'm so in love, God. Look at how he loved me. Like, I ain't never been loved like this before, God. He was like, I hear you, but that's not the love you're supposed to be yearning like that.
Message.
Okay, Lord. So in that season of like recovering from literally my entire life changing overnight is when I got to know God. And then fresh out of that relationship is when I started the private practice. My first sign of confirmation. I had all the resources, all the time in the world. I had all the encouragement, everything that I needed to finally take that step. I lost 30 pounds within 2 months.
Wow.
Of being out of that relationship. Not by working out.
Yeah, just the life, the depression, anxiety.
Literally the weight lifted off you, literally, of that whole like
literally. Like I was not working out. It was the first time that I was like, God, please help me with this weight loss. It's the first time I even prayed about it. So doing stuff like that, being like, God, help me get to the next minute. Okay, God, just help me get through the day. Okay, God, help me figure out tomorrow. Like, that's the first time I've ever truly trusted God. I think my whole life I said I trusted God, but I always had a plan B. You can't trust God and have a plan B at the same time.
And it's funny because I definitely had a question like that. I'm like, and this is just like a food for thought for people who aren't as much of believers for whatever reason, or for people who just don't believe at all, or for people who just doing all this kind of crazy stuff, never consulted with God, or all this, this turmoil, or maybe skeptical of God. But I'm like, did you give God a real chance? I always had this question, like, what if? I wrote it down. I said, what would happen if we just really put all, and I mean all of ourselves, all of our trust, all of our love, all in relationship with nothing else for a whole year, but just God? What do you think would happen for your life? You try everything else. You try everything. Right. Try Jesus. That's a saying, but like it's a real thing. And what would happen if you just said, okay, I'm putting everything down and I'm just investing in this, all 110% into this? I wonder what people would say about their lives after 1 year. I wonder certain relationships, certain jobs, certain what things in your atmosphere would change if you literally gave all that a try. Just think about it. If we give it all. And I think about that even with myself and all that, like, and being distracted. I'm like, okay, but have you given God literally all of you?
Yeah. I think people know, like, they should be trusting more. Like, they have it in their spirit. Like, it's already telling them, like, what they should do. But then, like the wants, you know what I mean? They want it, like, he's talked about the soul ties and, you want this, you have a dream of doing this. And, we get so filled up with wants. And it's like, that may not be for you, even if you want it, you know what I mean? And, we get hooked, we get attached to it. And it's like, dang, bro, you can't even let this go when I got this for you. This
right. No, we struggle with letting go.
Yes.
We struggle with letting go because we want control. As humans, we want control, and we cannot fathom. We cannot fathom something of a higher power being more all-knowing or all-powerful because we think we have all the answers all the time.
Yeah, and I think
that's all.
And I also think it's partly fear too, because if I'm not in control,
right? People fear definitely that, and they fear what they don't understand.
What the hell about to go on?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I kind of enjoy that. I like putting my faith into something higher than me, like because I know for sure. Fact, I don't know everything.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's what I try to tell people. Like y'all get confused. I need this relationship because I don't know what's going on. I've tried it. I am 34 and I'm still failing out here. I need some answers. I need to know what to do. I don't understand. I need help. I've tried everything else. I might as well like
what is there to lose? You've been doing it on your own this whole time. Why not try Jesus?
Why not try it?
And I know part of my journey. Has been, letting go of the pride, letting go of the ego, and I think that's where a lot of people get tied up. Like, I got this. Yeah, you got it, but let God lead you. You know what I mean? Like, just follow his steps. And a lot of people can't do that. And
no, not at all.
And I see it every day, man. I see it in the words. I see it in the actions. And it's like, man, if only you were just drop that wall down, bro.
Yeah.
Wall down. And, give a little bit of trust, just
Yeah.
something different, bro. And it's just tough. Like, cause I can't do it for you. Like
Literally, right?
Yell at you,
right?
Like,
I think a part of it too is like Christians can be very judgmental.
Oh yeah.
They can be very judgmental. And if that's the only version of knowing God that you've ever seen, and you like, oh, I want that. Like, all y'all do is judge people and shame people and make people feel guilty about where they're living. But it's like, that's what humans created. That's not what God created.
Exactly.
God just want to know us. He just want a relationship with us. So when God says, come as you are, he like, talk to him with all the cuss words. God, I'm hella mad right now. I don't know why you did this. Like, God could hear all that. He created all of that. You don't got to come to God and be like, Lord,
there's no special language. There's no special word. No. He knows how he speaks every language, okay?
Literally. Show up. Show up with all the cuss words in your prayers. Show up with all the accusations, all the anger. God could hold all of that. He like, just talk to me.
Right.
That's all I want. Talk to me, whatever language you want to talk to me in, just talk to me. I just want to know you. Start there. People are like, you don't got to start going to church. You don't got to start by reading the Bible every day. Just start by talking to him. Start there and watch what that do. Like, just give him a chance to show you who he is.
Message. Yeah.
When you were in those like moments, like after the breakup and the relationship ending, and you started getting closer to God, and like, how did he manifest, like building you back up? Like, because I wanted to ask you about like your self-care regimens earlier when you were talking about like kind of separating the personal and the business and stuff. Like, I'm sure that kind of started there, and how to, get yourself together. Like, how did that manifest for you?
Yeah. I think, again, legitimately, I started praying more than I ever had in my whole life. So literally just being like, God, I can't believe you have me like this. I can't believe you let me go through this. Like, this is hard. Like Tyler, like you were saying earlier, are you sure me? Like, you can't get us to one of your other soldiers?
Right.
Like, can I just get this season off? You can come get me in the next season. Like, this is too much. What am I supposed to do? Like I don't think I'm built for this.
Yeah.
And then he just kept reminding me, like, everything you have is all you need.
Mm.
So the more that I prayed, I'm like, quality time and physical touch are my main two love languages. So I was spending time with people that I knew loved me. So I was with my brothers constantly, with my niece and nephew constantly, with my mom constantly, on repeat. Just spending time with people that I knew loved me, and then spending more time with God. Like, being intentional about being like, ooh, God, okay, I ain't never really like had a relationship with you before, so I don't really know how to spend time with you. Like, I don't know what that looks like. I know some people spend hours in prayer and stuff. I'm not there, God. I could give you like 10 minutes today.
Yeah.
So I started getting like 10 minutes where I just put on worship music. And I just be praying like, all right, God, today was a little bit better. It didn't hurt as much today. And literally just doing that more and more. Then he started to show me like, okay, so you starting to trust me. I can see it. You talking to me all the time. Like, you telling other people about me. Like, okay. Then he blessed me with the private practice. Then he blessed me with a raise. Then I had a peace of mind that I literally have never experienced before. Not that life got any easier. But because I had a conviction about like, oh, I really know you now. Yeah. Even though I don't know what the next chapter is, like, I can see why you didn't want me in that one. Because my life looked so differently in the span of 2 months after leaving that relationship that I was like, oh, that's why you had me do it, God. And that was just the start. What my life looks like now, I'm like, okay, God. So you just needed me to obey. Yeah. Don't gotta agree. It don't gotta make sense. You don't have to even know what it looks like, because whatever that scripture is, like, the word is a lamp unto my feet. He don't show you the whole path. He literally just shows you the next step. Because he's like, do you trust me enough to trust where I'm leading you without telling you where I'm taking you? Message. And I was like, ooh, God, I don't know. I don't know if I do, God.
Yeah.
That's actually you asking for a little too much, God. I don't think I'm there yet.
Yeah.
It's too much.
For real.
It's too much.
Yeah, huh?
Right.
Right. Sure? You talking?
Right. And now and now where I am, I'm like, okay, my fiance now. Best thing that ever happened to me. Easily. I didn't want to leave the last relationship because I was like, I've never been loved like this before, God. Are you sure you could give me somebody else that's gonna love me like this? This one loves me 100 times more.
Wow.
Man.
I'm like, and since the day that we met, we've prayed together every single day by his leading.
Dad.
He know God so much that he make me know God more. And I'm like, ooh, okay, so this is what you wanted, Lord? You just, because one of the first things that the prophet told me, actually that night that I met him, the first thing he said is God said he wants to be closer to you. That was the first thing he said. And that relationship was not allowing me to be closer to him. It was taking me further from him. So he was like, it gotta go. You gotta get rid of it. It's not doing it. So the way that I know God now, life is always lifing. Life has never turned off. Life always it's
still going.
Still going.
Right? It's definitely
still living.
It's still lifing for sure, but just the level of blessing and favor that I've experienced since trusting him for real for the first time is everything that I needed. You know, something is wisdom by the result.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I
heard that.
Wisdom, right? And it literally is.
It's applied knowledge. Like, you might know what you need to do, but until you do the thing that you know, you're not gonna get nowhere. And I definitely live by like the definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Until you do something different, you're not gonna get a different result. You in a cycle.
Hopefully, people can recognize that cycle. I know sometimes people have a hard time doing that, as far as like identifying what the hell is going on. And you got to look at your actions, look within what you're doing. You know what I mean? And there's a reason you're getting the results you're getting. So you got to be able to pull yourself out of it. Kind of, maybe it's pulling to God, your faith, or just take a trip. I don't know, whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? Just get out of that box and try to see your life, from the outside looking in, and observe yourself, get a little bit of self-awareness. What am I doing every day? Am I waking up late? Am I not showing up? You know what I mean? Am I not praying? Am I not close with God? Am I putting too much energy into this? Like, you got to do a little bit of self-evaluation. And, once you kind of, pick that up, you can start to make some changes, and I know for me, one of my changes was getting closer to God and, and just praying more, like you said, and reading my Bible, you know what I mean? Like, knowing his word, and, it's not an overnight transformation, you know what I mean?
By no means.
And it's doing the work, and you gotta get very uncomfortable. It's gonna be very uncomfortable. You're gonna feel a way. You're gonna be, shit. Like we was talking. You telling me, like, you want me to do what? Like, I don't know, God.
Yeah.
But motherfucker, you talking shit about me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta sometimes bring that wall down.
Yes. Like you don't gotta agree, but but if you say so, Lord.
Yeah, and
I don't want to, but if you say so, Lord.
And it's hard, and I know it because it's a struggle within yourself. And that. Once you learn how to conquer yourself, beat yourself, then you gonna be good.
Yeah.
You're gonna be good. You're gonna be able to overcome any obstacles. Like, I don't know if there's anything I can face. I mean, I've been through stuff. Like, I've been through some real tough stuff, man. Like, I've been in the trenches, and but at the end of the day, I'm still smiling, I'm still good. Like, and I know it's because of God.
Yes.
I'm good. Like, I was like, what you want me to do next? So, I say that for the people out there that's watching, listening, like, you got to do the work, man. And, if you willing to do it, you're gonna come out a better person.
Yeah. I just want
a better person for sure.
For our audience that's listening that may not be as strong in their faith or doesn't have faith at all or something like that. Like, you whatever you're scared of, wherever was trauma that's happened in your life or what somebody else has said, like, dude, just we have to learn as a society to get out of our own way sometimes. Very much so. We are very much stuck in our ways. And in society, life has a way of giving us pressure on who we should be and how we should act and all that. But you can drop all that. Real talk. You don't have to live. Only person you have to live up is to what God says, to be honest. If you can literally just try to create a relationship, and I know some people probably won't, but for my audience, I really would like you to just give it an honest try. Because, you've honestly tried everything else. And if you need help, there are people that can help you. I never will get through my faith walk without a community for sure. I'll be stuck in my own way.
Say that part. That part. The right community is huge. Right.
Because I know I'd be in my own way. And I know I always pray to God to remove the things that don't need to be in my life. Like, I have to literally pray against my own self. Like, and it's scary because I'm like, okay, I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know what it's going to be, but I have to allow him to save me from myself. Even the things that I don't know that are harming me.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I need you to use your wisdom, your expertise, and you being all powerful, all knowing, come down and help me for myself. Whatever that looks like in any area of my life. So it's like, Tyler, can you be surprised on why this is going bad? You asked for this.
Right. Answer prayer.
You may not have seen it in that way, but he's still doing it. He's just doing it in a way that you didn't think that was going to happen. So, like I said, to my listeners, I just want you to be encouraged to know that, there is a higher power. You don't have to go by what your grandma said, what your cousin said, whatever. You can create a relationship for yourself, no matter what the church did, the people there did, or what they even doing now. That has nothing to do with your focus and your wanting a better relationship for your own life. And I just be like, and I don't even, when I try to tell people, I'm just like, look, I just know what it does for me in my life. And I want you in your life to experience what I experienced. Like, I want you to have greater experiences than what you experience now. I want you to know that there is better than what you think you have now. And there's just levels to it. And I want you to experience that. I felt peace. I felt gratefulness. I felt life being in abundance. I felt like God's hand on me. And I want you to have that feeling because I know that feeling is like nothing else you probably never had. I want that for you. I want your life as great as it can be because I care about you. And that took a while because I'm like you said, Josh, is like, I'm not here at a pulpit. I'm not dressed up as a pastor or nothing. I'm regular me. I talk how I talk, walk, and everything else. So it's like,
boy. I'm
trying to be. I just want to be truly an example of what it looks like, right? But of course, that takes a lot of responsibility in getting myself right because I can't have that blood on my hands on you doing something wrong because I wasn't doing my part within myself, right? To be that example. And then one thing I wrote down is like, you don't have to be somewhere else for God to use you, nor do you have to be somebody else. It's just God can have you where you were, how he made you, where you are. You can make those waves. And that's just what you've been doing, Josh. Like, you used all this to go back to where you're from to make those kind of waves, listening through God. And it's exceptional. So I'm very proud of you with that for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I give you a round of applause. I give you a round of applause.
I got more questions for the people. If you can maybe give them 5 tips on, or three is cool, 3 or 5 on how to just heal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Practical things. try therapy.
Okay. Yep.
Definitely say try therapy. And know that you don't have to stick with the first therapist that you talk to. A lot of therapists do consultations. So do the free consultation. See if you vibe with them. See if you mesh well. See if you like their personality. See if you like their spirit. And if you vibe well, take the leap of faith. But don't try one and be like, therapy ain't for me, because people are different. You don't mesh with everybody that you meet. So keep checking until you find the one that fits well. I think everybody in the world needs therapy, honestly, including myself. But everybody needs therapy.
I need it.
I struggle. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm like, me too. Like that's who we are. You know, we're humans. We make mistakes. That's inevitable. We can't avoid it.
Yeah.
Another thing I would say is, like Tyler was saying, check your community. Check the people that you have around you. Like the people around you, are they encouraging you to do better? Are they transforming and growing with you? Or are they encouraging you to be your old self? Do they want you to keep doing the stuff you used to do? Are they telling you to do better? Are they holding you accountable? Are they praying with you? Are they praying for you? Your community and who you keep around you is huge to your healing. Even to, backtrack to what we were talking about earlier, is your community creating a space of safety for you so that if you mess up, when you mess up, you have somebody that's going to hold you when you saying it and hold you accountable and be like, you know what, you messed up, but let's figure out a way to get through that together. What do we need to do to make sure that you don't make this same mistake? Like the people that you keep around you are huge. Everybody does not deserve access to you.
Yeah.
It don't matter how long they've been around. It don't matter what y'all used to be like, because every year we change. So who we all are today, November 5th, is going to be different than who we are November 5th, 2024.
Yeah.
So the people around you, are they growing and transforming with you, or are they staying the same? If they are staying the same, consider maybe you need to love them from a distance.
Message.
Maybe you don't got to cut them off completely, but don't take off jewels from your crown to make it lighter for somebody else to hold.
What a gem.
You got bar. I mean,
Jesus.
Yeah, like if you're being blessed and you're being called to do something, step into that. Like take pride in that. Walk in your authority, walk in your dominion. Don't step out of it because the people with you don't want to walk on it with you. Your path is not meant for everybody to walk with you. Sometimes you're supposed to be an example to encourage other people. And it's going to be scary because you're the first one walking the path, but there's more power in that. There's beauty in that. Like you can't have a testimony with no struggle.
Message.
Like it's not going to be all good. People don't even want to hear the story from somebody that never struggled. Yeah, from birth, everything's been great. It was not hard at all. I got everything I ever needed. Like nobody want to hear that story.
Never not. We ain't gonna relate to that.
Exactly.
You don't look like us, so why would we?
Exactly. Like it's power in a testimony. It's power in a struggle. Talk about it. Like, but talk about it with people that you're safe with.
Yeah.
Definitely don't hold it in, like, because your testimony and your struggle, you don't know who you're supposed to inspire with your story. You don't know whose life is going to change because they heard your story. But be mindful about who you're sharing that with, because again, everybody doesn't deserve access.
Yeah.
So those two, of course, and then like Tyler said, number 3, try God.
Amen.
If you haven't tried them already, try them for 30 days.
Try that.
Try for 30 days and see what it's like to talk to God every day and just be like, hey, God, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know how to pray, but they said to try it. So here I am. Like, show me something.
Yeah.
God don't mind you asking him to show you. He don't mind. He'd be like, okay, I've just been waiting for you to ask me. I don't have no problem showing you.
Right.
And for the people that know God and want to get closer to God, find some godly community. So that in the days where you fall off a little bit or your faith is a little bit low, you with community that could hold your faith for you until you're able to hold it back.
That's a gem too.
Man.
It's a lot of practical stuff we can do to heal. They just hard. They not all easy.
No, ain't always easy. Yeah.
That's ain't for the gym, man. You listen to this pod. You didn't know you was gonna hear this today, did you?
got blessed today.
You sitting down in your chair at home, look at that paper.
You didn't expect that. On you.
I bet you did not expect to hear that.
Right? So go ahead and mop around this a little more.
Yeah, God showing out today. Go ahead, Josh.
I appreciate y'all. This is a it's a privilege for sure for y'all to even consider me. It's a privilege 100%.
This was the best way to I would say end the season because we've been talking about a lot of different stuff. The first season we was heavy into topics about faith and stuff. And we kind of strayed away a little bit, but God always find a way to bring it back.
Oh yeah, we
do that.
This was a blessing for sure.
Yeah,
I enjoyed you. I'm sure our audience will enjoy you as well.
Oh yeah, Josh.
I hope so.
I love the get a chance to reconnect just because I was so curious about the growth and everything else, and I couldn't be more happy and more proud. And you inspire me to be better for sure.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah, I know I'm definitely a very different person than I was when you first met me, for sure.
Good job to me. You still show me the same.
Always
charismatic, the same.
I appreciate you.
The same. I still see Josh.
I appreciate you. Thank y'all so much for having me. It's really been a pleasure for sure.
No problem. We got one last what?
Do you want to do the Black Business thing? Or
I'm gonna do the
quick. You want to do quick hitters?
The quick would you rather? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna hit those. We about
this for our Patreon viewers.
Is it? I didn't know that.
I mean, the last one was for the Patreon.
I know, but I didn't know. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Yeah, anyway. All right, guys. This is a chance to just network, a chance to really just put a lot of businesses on, a lot of people or businesses, like say you want to shout out, just to give them notoriety, and just shout them out and help them out and support. We call this our Black business segment.
If we don't do it, who will?
Right. You know what I'm saying? We just be trying to help out with different businesses. So let me hold on real quick.
I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
By Black.
Or just by. You may have to change this.
What's better than by Black?
But yeah, you can go first. Any business, it can be your own, something else just want to put a light to. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Can I do two?
Yeah.
Let me do two. It's one, Makeup by Irina, my Afro-Latina sister.
Hey.
Does she have an Instagram?
She does. Makeup.by_Irina. IRINA.
Okay.
Nice.
She travels.
Okay.
All right.
That's big help.
And then another one, Kaima Events. She does decorating. She plans events. She's an event coordinator, decorator, day of coordinator. She does everything. Coordinating, decorating, day of, in advance. She do it all.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them for sure. You got
keep grinding, y'all. I'm gonna shout out my bro, Donovan Green, of Boulder Rock Solutions.
Okay.
He becoming a real estate agent right now. He does wholesaling, but he is, growing his business. He has a course out on mindset and the mindset you need to be in the real estate game. So shout out to Donovan Green. Of course, gonna have to shout out to Todd Capital Mastermind because that's where we met. So shout out to Todd Capital and shout out to Donovan Green, man.
Well, guess what? I ain't got one. So
every time. He do this every time.
That's a lie. For the last two
right,
times I actually have one. So maybe for the finale I have one.
Oh yeah, the finale gonna be up.
Yeah, it's going up for
the
sure.
Finale, y'all.
And I'm telling y'all, everybody, if y'all want, y'all can call in.
Y'all gotta come to the crib.
Nice.
Anyways.
It's gonna be a party, y'all. We party.
Yeah. It's an event.
Fiesta.
But that is our Black business segment. Yes, sir.
I love that one.
Well, Josh, like I said, it's been great. It's great catching up with you. This has been a fun pod. I've learned a lot. Got a lot of gems from you. Man, it's great. This has been a great.
And thank you for doing what you do. You know, not everybody's willing to be obedient to God and serve, and you just do it with grace. And you know, we appreciate you for coming on the show and blessing our audience. So thank you, Josh.
Man.
I'm sure we run into each other, and you know, it's all love. You already know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Zeta 5 Beta. You already know.
No, you can't. Don't even do it. No. No. Let's not go there.
Get us on the yard, y'all. Get us on the yard.
Exactly.
You already know. I read.
Yeah. He was for sure finna go there. He was for sure finna go there.
What I do. That's why I'm in.
You know.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much for the energy, for the vibes, for the invitation, and just for what y'all doing too, because people need to hear the topics that y'all talk about too. So shout out to y'all for doing y'all part too.
Yeah, we just trying to make an impact out here. We just trying to make waves where we are, just like you. We're just trying to impact where we are, man, and we just trying to give that platform for others to do the same, like an avenue. We just want to be an avenue, a lane, so people can go out and just keep blessing. And we just want to appreciate the grind, and you definitely been grinding out here. These like that's for sure. Much luck to you being engaged, and I really
congratulations on that. Yep.
Thank you.
Shout out to him too.
What's his name?
Prince.
Shout out to Prince.
Hey, well, round of applause, Prince, for taking care of Josh for you. You know what I'm saying? Thank God.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
You've been blessed and
don't mess with Josh, man. You better not.
Right.
You're gonna catch an elbow.
Right. She got God on the side now too.
I got a lot of covering.
New guy who's better, her brothers and God and her Josh ain't the one to play with. Man, she covered in too many ways.
Right, man.
Which way you
want? But y'all can tap into the blessing though. It's overflow. It's a lot there for other people to catch on to. Y'all catch these blessings.
How do people get in touch with you and like find your services and stuff?
How so?
I have a website, jpplcsw.com or jpp_LCSW on Instagram. That's my private practice page.
Cool. Got it. All right.
You can follow me on Tanksley Designs. That's my Instagram. Follow Tank of America on Twitter. That's mine.
Then for me, guys, at St. Jones 33 on all platforms. And then also, please follow the podcast at The Grind Podcast 1, YouTube at The Grind Show _, and then Twitter at TGP1914. And then also, too, guys, we're planning a lot of stuff for the new season via Patreon. We're going to be utilizing that more. So check out the Patreon as well.
Subscribe to Patreon, for sure. You can get a shirt like one of these I got on.
I love it.
Yeah. You can get a shirt. Justin might have to ship you out a shirt.
We got stores coming up. We got a lot in store, guys.
We do. So just subscribe, like. We appreciate the audience that was rocking with us this far.
Thank you, guys.
And the one that's really growing too. Yeah, it's statistics showing it's growing actually.
Yeah, we getting plays every week. So
we coming up.
Thank you.
we just thank you, and we just want to be able to give back and give better. So
let us know how we can get better too, guys. We appreciate the feedback.
Right. Feedback is everything. Like, follow, share, subscribe, review. We need to hear from y'all because we want to just do.
That's how we get better.
That's how we get better. So we're gonna end it like this real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I got some oranges right here too. We got the fruit, y'all. We got the fruit, y'all.
Oh, you want those?
The orange, you know? Pass it. Imagine one to you. There you go.
I was like, there, okay, I got it.
Vitamin C.
All right. Need that fruit.
This has been the Grind Podcast, episode 41. Oh, we in the season finale coming up. Y'all ain't ready. Johnson, want to thank you again. My sis, my link. Blessed and highly favored out here.
Hey, amen.
Shout out to Pastor Mike Jr. doing big things. Called I Got It.
Shout out to all the people live too.
Be blessed. Y'all got this out here.
Let's go.
Yep.
You keep on blessing me every day. Fight on my battle. You say the day. Yeah. That's why we give you all the glory. Let's go.
Hey.
Can't nobody do me like you, Jesus.
Okay.
Can't nobody do me like you, Jesus.
All right.
Can't nobody do me like the Lord. Yeah.
This is the worship part of the service, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all ain't familiar, this is what it can do. You can do it in your house. I know y'all praising right now in your house. Y'all done got up. Y'all done stop what y'all doing. Y'all stop the arguing. Let it go. Right. This for you. I know that child getting on your nerves. Put that baby down and stop praying.
He said, put that baby down.
I know that last phone call that messed you up. Forget about it right now.
I know that girl did you wrong. It's okay.
We'll see.
That nigga did you wrong.
It's okay. Just give it up. God make a way.
You keep on blessing me every day. Fight on my battle. You say the day. Yeah. Let go. Can't nobody do me like you, Jesus.
Hey.
Can't nobody do me like you, Jesus. Can't nobody do me like you, Lord. Yeah. Can't nobody do me like you, Jesus.
Right. Oh, man. That's it.